Hey everybody, Diana here. So I've gotten a lot of messages requesting an update on my braces because I really didn't do many updates, and it's been years now since I did my last video on my braces, and I thought, you know, God, I really should go on there and update on everything. So here I am. So as you can see, my braces are off. They've been off for a year and a half or so. So you're probably wondering why I'm still wearing my retainers in the daytime. And the reason is just sometimes lately I've taken my retainers out a little too long, and so when you put them back in, they kind of feel a little tight. And so your orthodontist will tell you if it ever feels tight, just leave your retainers in, you know, back like to 24 hours until they feel normal again. And that usually, as long as you're not leaving them out for like days on end, it's pretty simple. You just pop them back in for a day or two and wear them 24/7. So typically I don't actually have them in during the daytime. I usually only wear them at night when I'm sleeping. But because they've been feeling kind of they've been feeling a little tight, or sometimes they just, when I go to put them in, they just don't feel quite right. So I've been wearing my retainer to kind of, you know, get them back on track. They're not so bad, minus I have a lisp. You know, they tell you that you'll get used to it once you have it. I never did. I never got used to it. I've always had the lisp with it. When I first got my retainers, the upper portion was making me gag, and I took it back in and they tried to sand it down as much as they possibly could, but it wasn't very much. So I don't gag anymore, but when I first got it, I could barely talk without gagging. It probably has something to do with the way you lay your tongue on it. So it's extremely weird when you first get it, the way it feels in your mouth. Like your tongue, you can't touch, you don't feel the top of the roof of your mouth, so it feels kind of weird. I have an upper, not that you guys want to see this, and a lower, and then I have a permanent, which is a little harder to see, but it's on the bottom there, and that will stay in forever. As you can see now, I can talk without any kind of lisp. But, you know, I mean, when I have to talk a lot to somebody, if I'm going over something at work and I have to do a lot of talking, I do tend to take out, if I am kind of wearing them 24/7, I do take them out so I can speak properly to somebody, like if I'm going to have a long conversation. So this is how my teeth look. They're not absolutely perfect, and that's mainly has to do with I had two teeth that were originally pulled, and I have my wisdom teeth left in at the bottom. So they couldn't align like everybody else's because of the teeth that are here are not the teeth that are supposed to be right here. I mean, obviously these are, but I'm happy with my smile, even though they're not perfect. You can see if I kind of open my mouth, my mouth is actually kind of crooked. So you can see it kind of slants down. But, you know, I'm going to be 35 in a week. At this point in life, I'm not going to fuss over a little bit of, you know, my teeth not being absolutely perfect. So I'm happy with them. I would do it again. The only thing I did notice is I actually get food stuck in my teeth more so than I did before I got braces. I don't know why that is, but I do. So I tend to get food stuck like up here. Yeah, so the only other thing, these two teeth here, because they moved so significantly, these teeth were the ones that were completely sideways. If you look at my past videos, you'll be able to see them. Because they moved so much, I have a lot of like tooth showing from my gums, and that is something that can happen when you have braces. So I'm not really too concerned about it. Again, I'm 35. These teeth, they're fine, they work great, and I'm happy with it. So overall, thumbs up. And that's kind of the update. I mean, there's not really a whole lot. I'm sure some of you are going to ask about like my retainer case. This is the retainer case that I got. I only got one. I take really good care of my retainers. It's this teal case with sparkles on it. I mean, it's pretty basic. And just keep your stuff in there, especially if you have dogs, because dogs love to chew on retainers. I will sometimes put my retainer somewhere where my dog could get it, and I always end up moving it because I don't want that to happen. There was one time I did have a scare about my retainers. I thought I had left them on a napkin at a restaurant, or I had left them somewhere and I freaked out because I couldn't find them, or it was the bottom piece. I had, yeah, I dropped the top piece, and when I picked it up I didn't see the bottom, and when I was looking in my purse I didn't see it because it wasn't in my case. Always use your case. But I did find it. It was there, but I freaked out because they're expensive to replace. So they have to redo a mold if your teeth have adjusted at all. Otherwise, they already have your mold and they could just remake them for you. So anyway, that's about it. There's really nothing else to talk about. I hope all of you that are going through this right now are doing okay. I have a lot of comments. Probably the most commented video that I have is on spacers, because everybody gets them for the most part and they suck. So yeah, if you have any questions, comment down below and I'll get back to you. Thanks guys, bye.